Happy holidays. Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much for being here with us. As you can see, we're joined by our Director of Sanitation, Mr. Matt Torrey, along with Council Members Eugene Green and Council Member Freddie King. We have Sydney Torres, who's representing Ivy Waste, along with Mr. Alvin Richards, representing Richards Disposal as its CEO. Special thank you to Michael Niquin as with the Port of New Orleans and Nick Calley with the Flood Authority West for allowing us to utilize this space this afternoon along our Mississippi River. You know, my administration consistently presents a vision for a cleaner New Orleans, whether it's free of trash, debris, litter, as well as graffiti. And I would say with the height of the pandemic behind us, my administration was really able to get back to the community, listening directly from residents themselves for 2 years in a row as it relates to our budget season, and of course ahead of presenting that proposed budget to the New Orleans City Council, where we also were able to survey our residents, and 27% of the participants prioritize improving the overall quality of life as their priority. And so listening again to our residents across the city, we were not only able to propose, but the New Orleans City Council, under their leadership, adopted a $1.5 billion budget for the city of New Orleans, which is devoted heavily more time, energy, and long-term investments to respond to our residents' most urgent needs, in which sanitation is one of them. One of the long-term investments we're making right now is cleaning up the city of New Orleans. And in many cases, residents we've seen grow very frustrated with whether it's unreliable services, inconsistencies, or inefficiencies relative to city services. And we're doing everything possible to ensure that we meet our folks where they are, but with the quality resources and services that they know that they deserve, but they're met with real action. Last year, as a result of this, it was so exciting to officially award and execute 2 new contracts for both Ivy Waste and Waste Pro for service areas 2 and 3. And when we did that, I made no hesitation about making sure that we were able to provide equitable services across the city. And here we are this afternoon, working again in consultation with leadership, with the council and the like. And we are here again, we're executing service contracts, 2 new ones for service areas 1 and 4. That will provide our residents from Algiers to Uptown with enhanced, consistent services, reliable city services that we know that they want and we also know that they deserve. Ivy Waste will be in area number 1 and Richards Disposal will be in area 4. Projected annual cost increase is about $11.7 million. Right now, this is at no expectations of the public in terms of their fees that they pay for sanitation to increase at this time. You know, and as I've always said, I wanted to demonstrate that we can provide quality, consistent, reliable services with enhanced services as well. And again, for people to see it in action and really begin to benefit from the services across the board. This is a result, I would say the increase is about increased equipment, comprehensive employee benefits, which we know again, we have to meet our people where they are to provide the services that we need to us, and of course worker safety programs, as well as just the navigation of going through inflation, global inflation, supply chain delays, as well as other lasting consequences that are a result of the pandemic. But as I mentioned, the good news, and the good news, Councilman Eugene Green, as you always like to focus on, is again no increase in sanitation fees at this time. Residents should expect and can expect to receive updates on new services and collection days, between February and March of 2024. So we're going to take the necessary time to educate our community, all of our customers, so that they're prepared again for the enhanced services. The contract start date is April 1st, 2024. Although it's April Fool's Day, we are not playing games, and they will receive the services that we're talking about, meaning our residents and customers. While collections will still occur once a week, residents can expect to receive a second trash receptacle if that is what they would like, meaning that second trash cart at no fee, so a free cart. But you know, this also comes with enhanced or the return of recycling to our residents. And this program I'm really excited about because we're changing it from an opt-in to an opt-out. And what that means is more people in our city will be recycling. Over 77,000 households is anticipated to be impacted, meaning more of our residents recycling, which we have to do better. And I'm doing it better myself. I have to say now, most of my disposed trash, it really is recycled trash. And now I have overload with my recycle bin. So I want to know if I can get another one of those. Because again, as we start to practice this in real time, the expectation is to get more going to recycle and out of our landfills. This is also aligned with the City of New Orleans, our climate action plan that has been updated, and we know at the on the front lines of climate change and doing our best to adapt to climate. This speaks to the $3.9 million grant that the city just received from the Environmental Protection Authority because of the work that we're doing on the ground and the commitments, quite frankly, that we've made as a city with eliminating our carbon footprint, particularly relative to recycling, by 25% by 2030. The $3.9 million allows for us, again, to increase services as well as waste diversion. This is, again, eliminating waste, going into the landfill, getting more recycled goods where they need to be. And, of course, hoping to encourage our residents to not litter. Free up, litter from going into our drains, getting the litter where it needs to be, and of course recycling materials that need to be recycled. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Mr. Matt Torrey, our Director of Sanitation, to come forward. And Matt, you've done a great job. Every time I can, just underscore and highlight your commitment and dedication to the city, but the hard work and the sacrifices that come along with it, which speaks to the men and women of our sanitation department. So I'm looking over and just thank you to all of our people who lean in. So without further ado, Mr. Matt Torrey. All right.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, to you, Mayor, and our City Council for your support throughout this process. And, I just really wanted to start by, again, congratulating Ivy Waste and Richards Disposal for being awarded these new curbside collection contracts for Area 1 and Area 4. Over the past 2 years, we as a city have been on a mission to transform solid waste and recyclable material collection for residents in New Orleans. We took a huge step forward in 2022 with our new contracts in Areas 2 with Ivy Waste and Area 3 with Waste Pro. Residents saw an immediate return on their investment with a significant reduction in missed collections and an absence of truck leakage throughout their neighborhoods. So these new contracts will bring those same enhanced service levels to Areas 1 and 4. These new contracts will provide for increased equipment quantities, new equipment types, as well as new equipment technology, including active real-time GPS, 360-degree view cameras, as well as route management software. They'll also provide for higher wages and benefits and worker safety programs for the men and women who provide this valuable service for our residents on a daily basis. The contracts will, as the mayor also mentioned, will provide for a free second trash cart to any location that's requesting additional capacity. Important as well to note is that these contracts have comprehensive daily and monthly status reporting requirements and defined service level agreements with enforceable liquidated damages. And they also provide for a defined continuity of operations plan with the capability to resume service within 72 hours of a disaster event, which we all know is critical for a city like New Orleans. As mentioned by the mayor, the city was extremely fortunate to be awarded an EPA Swiffer grant that will allow us to provide curbside recycling carts to all households in the city, which will directly impact the city's diversion rate and help us achieve our goals outlined in the Climate Action Plan. Residents in Area 1 and 4 should expect to receive updates on the contracts in February and March of 2024 ahead of the planned April 1st, 2024 start date. And as we get ready to move into 2024, I just want to reiterate that we as a city are extremely excited to continue our work on making New Orleans a cleaner city. With that said, I will hand off to our council member for District C, Freddie King.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to be very brief. I want to say that, first of all, congratulations to IV Waste and to Richards Disposal for being awarded these contracts. To me, this means that trash collection won't be interrupted, that the residents of service areas 1 and 4, all of Algiers, possible Uptown, won't have any interruption in their trash pickup. That's the most important thing for me. I'm glad the contracts were signed. And again, congratulations to our two companies, two reputable, respected companies that were awarded these contracts. Thank you.
Councilmember Green.
Good afternoon. Sometimes it's hard for me to follow Councilman King because he has a way of not having a lot of words out there and getting his message across. But I'm elected to the city council and I'm a lifelong resident of New Orleans, 65 years old. So, Madam Mayor, I do focus on the positive as much as I can because I've seen change. I do remember when the trash trucks spewed smoke throughout our communities and they, at the time, smashed their trash together and there was trash juice all over the place. And they didn't care about that and they would take the trash cans and just fling them back. So today is a celebration of the fact that, again, we continue to make progress in our city. We have energy efficient vehicles that are being used, not smoke. We have a company right now that in my area, for example, in IV Waste, has stood true with their commitment to go back if there's an issue that they need to address on the spot. The bottom line is that this is an opportunity to celebrate us as a city moving yet in a more positive direction relative to this, the very important disposal and management of waste. So I'm just pleased to be here today. I do want to thank Mr. Torres of IV Waste and Mr. Richards of Richards Disposal for your commitment to the disadvantaged business enterprise participation. That's a very, very important component in the contracts that we deal with in the city of New Orleans if we're going to build a stronger economy and address some of the inequities that we've had in the past. But I do say that it's important to recognize, and the media knows this, that when there's a change, there's a positive change. A lot goes on behind the scenes. I sat through the evaluations of the firms that put in proposals. I know that there was a lot of input by various sectors, including the city council, in making sure that the specifications were followed and that the administration had in place people who evaluated these contracts because they were interested in awarding the vendors with the top quality or in securing the services of a top quality vendor. We've certainly done so today in areas 1 and 4. In my area where IV Waste has done work, the work has been done well. So today I'm here to celebrate the fact that we have two very qualified contractors who satisfy disadvantaged business enterprises requirements, who are going to make, through their service, our city even cleaner. I encourage our citizens to recognize that both firms, as part of their agreement, said that when you have a concern and you express it, they're going to respond to it. So at the end of the day, please feel free to contact those firms if you have concerns. But from what I've seen, there aren't going to be as many concerns. This trash is going to be picked up in a timely manner. It's going to be properly disposed of. It's going to be with regularity picked up. So I think that this is, again, a reason to celebrate on this day, and I congratulate all who are concerned the Cantrell administration, our contractors, the city council, our Department of Sanitation, and others. This is a good day. Thank you.
And I think the councilman set it up very nicely for our businessmen.
Thank you, Councilmember. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. We are humbly honored to be trusted with 64,000 homes on the uptown and mid-city area. Currently, we pick up in Area 2, which is Lakeview, Gentilly. We pick up around 54,000 plus homes in that area. And we take great pride in every day when a call comes in, whether it's a compliment or it's a complaint. We don't want to see that many complaints, but if there is a complaint, we take it just as serious as, get excited to deal with it as we do if it's a compliment. And we have every week about 4 to 5 missed, and sometimes those are cans that aren't out in Area 2, and we take that very seriously. I get every email that comes through when it comes through, and my managers, my office manager, and it's not just me, it's my office manager and Julie, the general manager, who's here with me today, the lead drivers, the guys on the route, the guys on the back of the truck. Those are the ones that really make it happen, and those are the ones that every day they go out there and they work so hard to get it up, to make sure it's clean, to put the can back where it belongs. And we take it very serious. We take it personal. We want to take it personal because I'm from this city. A lot of the people that work for us are from this city, and we want to do a great job. And we want to show that they can count on us, and we're going to keep it clean. And so with Area 1, we have been looking at the routes. We've been studying the routes. We've been working with GSI experts to modify some of the routes to make it more efficient within our 5-day pickup window. And we're gonna continue to work on that, and we're gonna advertise that and let the public know exactly what's going on, what their days of pickup will be. We're gonna be doing a lot of advertising for recycling. We're gonna push recycling a lot more to try to get more people to recycle, as Madam Mayor was saying about taking it out of the garbage and recycling it. We're really gonna push for that as well. But we're extremely excited about this opportunity. We're humbly honored and thankful that we were awarded this. We put a lot into this bid. When they were grading it, I was on the edge of my seat because it was a team effort with all of us working together to win this contract. And when we did, it was a great feeling, and we're super excited about it. And I hope the residents of New Orleans will be as well. So thank you very much, and we look forward to servicing you April 1st. And I want to introduce the godfather of trash, Mr. Alvin Richards.
Great. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's introducing me because I'm the old guy of the group.
No, it's not. You're the expert.
I am Alvin Richard, the owner of Richard Disposal, and I appreciate the mayor, Councilman Green, Councilman King, and Sanitation Director Matt Torres for awarding us the contract to continue the work that we've been doing for many years. We're looking forward to continue servicing Algiers better than what we have done it before. We have all our new equipment that's coming in the end of January that we will come in with everything that the mayor said and the sanitation director said will be on the equipment. So everything that we have will be an improvement on what we're doing now. Right now, we're still servicing you, and as far as I know, we're doing a pretty decent job here, but we can do better, and we will do better. And we're looking forward to serving you in the future years. And we appreciate the opportunity of all of you coming out here to talk to us and see what we have to say. And then we thank you and thank the administration for awarding us this contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richards. Thank you.
Madam Mayor,
Yes,
can I
sir.
just say, the sanitation director, thank you very much. I forgot to mention his name. He does
Oh,
a great
yeah,
job.
he does a great
He
job.
does.
And
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much. Very good. And thank you so much, Mr. Richards. And you are really that example of how you just evolve and you can change and do better. And collectively, we as a city, we're doing better because of you. So thank you. Without further ado, I did want to acknowledge and bring forth Mr. Jermaine Lewis, who's representing Tall Timbers Extension and the voice of the community. So please.
I want to say thank you to the mayor, Mr. King, for getting our quality of life the way it is today. Without their help, we would not be in the position we're in. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Councilman King, you have a resident right beside you on that, being very efficient, speaking to the issue. So without further ado, we're going to do a signing. What are we doing?
We're just going to do Q&A right now.
Okay.
Does anyone have any on-topic questions they would like to ask?
recycling is going to be opt-out rather than opt-in, does that mean that this year everyone in the city who doesn't opt out is going to wake up with a recycling bin out there?
Well, what it does is it allows us to distribute more cans citywide and capture thousands more of households if we went with the opt-in approach. What we found is that people, when they don't opt in, it really doesn't mean that they don't want to recycle. It's just it's a barrier. And so when you do the opt out, that pretty much eliminates a barrier. And what we've seen in other municipalities, more and more people start to recycle. That's what we need in the city of New Orleans.
So what's it going to look like for residents?
What it's going to look like is that if you don't want to recycle, you opt out. So what it will look like is that you will get a bin. If you don't want, you'll opt out, you'll get it picked up.
And when will that happen?
That will begin at the beginning of, is it January? When do we start that?
Well, no, it'll
align
probably
with
be
the grant?
second half of 2024.
Okay.
And will that be everyone or just zones 1 and 4?
No, that's citywide. This grant, $3.9 million, is citywide. The contracts that we're signing or executing today, those begin April 1. And what it sounds like, and which is great because it'll be a full complement relative to the recycle program by starting the second quarter of 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everybody? Oh, yeah. We want the equipment. They want to highlight the equipment.
So if I can get Mr. Richards